Hi, merry meet everyone. Gonna give it just a few seconds to let people join us. How's everybody doing? This is a Facebook Live for Transgender Day of Remembrance. So, welcome. Please join us for this ritual. All right, so I'll go ahead and get started. So merry meet everyone. My name is Brandon and I am a member of CoG, Covenant of the Goddess, through my coven here in New Mexico. CoG, Covenant of the Goddess, is all over the globe. And today is Transgender Day of Remembrance, and so we are here to do a ritual for those that have lost their lives this year due to violence against transgender people. I'm currently the National Outreach Officer for CoG. If you'd like to get involved in what we do, you can join CoG. Feel free to ask questions in the chat section. I think we have some of my CoG friends helping with the comments. So you can go to cog.org/how-to-join and to learn about all the benefits of becoming a member of, or you can join as a friend of CoG for only $25 a year and have access to dialogue with pagans, witches, and Wiccans from around the world, online classes, mentorship, and other benefits. So we'd love for you to support us and join our movement. So we are here today. Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance, and each year we honor the memory of the transgender people whose lives were lost in acts of anti-trans violence and murder. This week is also Transgender Awareness Week. So this day started in 1999. So first what we're going to do is a grounding, just to kind of ground myself and to ground everybody here. So I ask you to breathe in. We'll do it 3 times. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And breathe in. One more time, and out. Blessed be. Now I will grab some salt and water to create sacred space and to consecrate the circle. So what you usually do, I'll add 3 scoops of salt. 1, 2, and 3. And I bless this circle. All right. How do you enter the circle? So I will light this incense. This is Lotus Incense for peace, because we need less violence in the world and more peace. All right. And I have a little broom here to take the place of our maiden. Usually you would have a maiden sweep the circle, so I sweep and banish all negativity out of this sacred space. And I create a safe space for LGBTQ family, friends, and allies. Blessed be. Now we'll call the quarters. So we call to the guardians of the watchtower of the east, ancient ones of air, guide us to be open to learning new things and to always expanding our minds and challenging ourselves every day. Hail and welcome. We call to the guardians of the watchtower of the south, ancient ones of fire, Guide us to have a voice and to speak up against violence in the world and to give us passion to come together. Hail and welcome. We call to the guardians of the watchtower of the West, ancient ones of water. Guide us to be more understanding of each other, our differences, our diversity, and to listen to those who are hurting. Hail and welcome. And we call to the guardians of the watchtower of the North, ancient ones of earth. Guide us to be physically where we need to be at this time. Help us to stay healthy and take care of those who are suffering. Hail and welcome. As you can see, we've got our altar today. I can show you all the altar a little bit better. This is our altar today. And so, yeah, there it is. We've got our very simple altar set up. And yeah, we're going to call the Lord and the Lady, the God and Goddess. So we invite Horus to be with us. He is well known as an LGBTQ god. There are many stories, and many of them remind us of the importance to be proud of who you are and not be ashamed of being LGBTQ. Hail and welcome. We invite Ma'at to be with us. She's the goddess of justice and truth. She's here to remind us that the fight is still going on today for LGBTQ rights, trans rights, and that there is still so much injustice and violence in the world against LGBTQ people. It needs to change. Hail and welcome. I invite you to comment any other gods, goddesses, spirits, ancestors that may be transgender or gender non-conforming, or those who are warriors of justice and bringing balance to the world. I invite you to comment them and let us know who you work with. Hail and welcome. Let us honor the lives of some influential trans people whom helped make a difference. We remember Marsha P. Johnson, who identified as trans. She reminds us of the diversity that exists in the LGBTQ community. She reminds us that we all have a voice and we all can speak out against injustice and violence and murder, especially to trans people and especially trans women of color. We remember that her death was unjust and at the hands of hate and violence. We remember Sylvia Rivera, another outspoken trans activist, who with Marsha co-founded the Star House, which was an organization that helped homeless LGBTQ youth. She reminds us of the struggle that many trans people face every day, who are rejected and disowned by their families. She reminds us of the rejection that trans people face in their own community, how trans people have always felt left out of the movement. We remember from her to keep fighting for the most oppressed people who are at risk in our community for violence. There are so many other countless names of trans people who have lost their lives due to violence and hate. I invite you to comment any names of trans people or gender non-conforming people, non-binary people that have lost their lives. I also invite you to comment the names of trans and gender non-conforming or non-binary people that you love in your life, that you will fight for and that you will defend, like Horus and Ma'at would. We need more love and compassion in this world. We take a moment to remember them. Now, I will read the names of the lives that were lost, of the trans people whose lives were lost this year. There were 37 lives that were lost so far, and I think that there's more that were added to the list since I've created this ritual. So we remember them. I will now say the names of those who were shot or violently killed. Dustin Parker. Nulisa Luciano Ruiz. Yampi Mendez Arocho. Scott Lynn DeVore. Monica Diamond. Lexi. Joanna Metzger. Serena Angelique Velasquez Ramos. Leila Pelaez Sanchez. Penelope Diaz Ramirez. Nina Pop. Hele Jai O'Regan. Tony McDade. Dominique Fells. Rhea Milton. Jane Thompson. Selena Reyes Hernandez. Brian Powers. Brayla Stone. Merci Mack. Shaki Peters. Bree Black. Summer Taylor. Marilyn Cesares. Dior H. Ova. Quisha D. Hardy. Aja Raquel Roan Spears. Leah Rayshawn Daye. Key Sam. Ariane Burnett. Mia Green. Michelin Ramos Vargas. Felicia Harris. Brooklyn Deshuna. Sarah Blackwood. Angel Unique. And Unieski Carrie Herrera. And like I said, there are more names added beyond this. This is a lot of people. There's too many people. We honor and remember you. Blessed be. The Wiccan Rede states, in perfect love and perfect trust. How can we have perfect love and trust in a system that people do not trust? If we don't trust each other. And ye harm none, do as ye will. Ever mind the rule of three, what ye send out comes back to thee. How can we harm none when many people remain silent? We have to speak up, or there will be more harm to our transgender family and friends in the world. I invite you to get involved in your community. I'm sure there are online gatherings, vigils, virtual events like this one online, where you can honor trans people, gender non-conforming people, and those who have lost their lives to anti-LGBTQ violence. I invite you to get involved and to speak up. I now release the Lord and Lady Ma'at, Ma'at, thank you for joining us and being in our circle today. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell. Horus, thank you for joining us in our circle today. Help us to be proud of who we are and to not be afraid. Go if you must, stay if you will. Hail and farewell. I now release the quarters. I call to the spirits and guardians of the watchtowers of the north, ancient ones of earth. We thank you for joining us today. I call to the spirits and guardians of the watchtowers of the west, ancient ones of water. We thank you for joining us today. I call to the spirits and guardians of the watchtowers of the south, ancient ones of fire. Thank you for joining us today. I call to the spirits and guardians of the watchtowers of the east, ancient ones of air. We thank you for joining our rites today and helping us to be balanced. That's what the elements are all about, is for us to be balanced. Remember, we have a call to action as witches, Wiccans, and pagans in the world. We have the power. Look inside your lives, find a way to educate yourself, be involved, be a voice, be a light for your community. You can join and be a part of Covenant of the Goddess as a start. I thank you all so much for joining us and remembering those lives that were lost to violence and murder against trans people. It's too many people, and it needs to change, and we need to help, and we need to be supportive and speak up. Blessed be, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. The circle is open, yet unbroken. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today, and get involved and be a light for your community. So mote it be.